We got ourselves team 1 together, or team 2 rather, together with Anto on the red paladin. I like that weapon mog. We got ourselves Christina on the feral druid, Taxi with an affliction warlock, with Tasty in the back, as well as Arhi Orc on the enhancement, Shamansman. Where's the team 1? Missing one guy, but we got ourselves Kajix in there, together with Trap Dog on a Survival Hunter, Zavo on a Feral Druid, as well as a Poet on a Demon Hunter. We are missing one good boy over in Team 1, but hopefully we'll get him in at some point or another. Trap Dog going to be first up versus Tasty. They'll let it out the big guns off the bat. I like it. I like it. Hopefully whoever is on one on Team 1 will get in there whenever at some point. Trap Dog starting off with the camo. Is it playing the... is that the... Oh, I was thinking for a second that was the weapon. I thought it was the guitar one. Is it actually? It is the other guitar. I think it's the bass guitar. Like those guitar weapons. I think there's one axe and one is like the blood off one. Also an axe technically. Trap Dog, open it up with a nade. It's going to be a Stormkeeper out for Tasty early on with an Earth Elemental really early. A Trap Dog just working down the Fleshka barrier. Tasty leaping in after him. Trap Dog probably prepared with some of the traps available. Stun onto Tasty. It's not going to be a trick out of the Shaman. Looks like Trap Dog getting stunned back himself before he gets any kind of freeze trap onto Tasty. Shackles of Malediction onto the Shaman. Nothing he can really do to stop it at the moment. Looks like it was Grinding Totem getting taken down pretty quickly. And Tasty might be in a position where he could get frozen. Healing Surges are available. Trying to keep himself alive versus Trap Dog as full Coordinated Assault is available. With Earth Elemental not absorbing the freezing trap ahead of time, that steel trap just had him in place for quite a good amount of time. And Tasty looking to catch up to the Hunter. Many measures available. Earth Elemental should be able to stop it. Does get to prevent it. And Tasty exchanging out with Flayed Shot. Going to be a full stun onto Trap Dog. Could be big damage, I think. The Earthshock, yep. The Earthshock does collapse around him. Does end up taking him out. With Poet going to be up next, trying to see if he can get some damage happen. He's playing that Necrolord Demon Hunter, which actually does a ton of damage. I think it was a clip recently where, I think it was Doom Smoke, a favorite of the stream, was actually, it was him, he did like, what, 40k DP, 40,000 DPS in a 2v2 arena, just cleaving 2 people down. Summoned himself a proc for a demon. And just the massive explosion, big cleave, absolutely insane. Gonna be Poet. Going kind of low with an Earthshock to follow after that. Light the last, like kind of low on health. Needs an interrupt, does not have one. Versus Tasty. Tasty is walling this off. Metamorphosis is available. He's gonna trip it on the I-beam. Does at least activate meta, but Tasty has the frost shocks and continuing the onslaught of damage until it's over. Kajix opening up with a Garrote immediately. Versus Tasty, not really giving him too much of an opportunity to get himself any kind of defenses rolling. Gonna be no wall, no Earth Elemental as Kajix popping in full Vendetta over to Tasty. Healing Surge is the only thing that's keeping him alive. Like the Lasso does a Rogue Trinket, he chooses not to, letting the Fleshcraft absorb all the damage of the Lasso. And Tasty, looking for Land of Hex, is gonna have totems down. Getting interrupted. Vendetta still rolling on. Tasty getting the slime shield for a second. Good knockback onto Kajix, putting him in a position where he can't reach him. No, did not have a shadow step fast enough, or just simply did not have a shadow step baseline in order to catch back up to Tasty. Keeping the rogue at bay. Does he have the flame shock rolling? Kajix looking like he's got himself a reset. How clean is that reset? Sap onto Tasty. Looks like flame shock was still pre-rolling, and Tasty is gonna have himself no trinket, no wall for a while. Not a lot of men to work with. Garrote opener by Kajix. Still holding on to Cloak and Shadows before the cloak can get activated or anything. Light Lasso for Tasty, creating a bit of a distance between the two. Needs to get some souls into work for sure. Kidney Shot is full. Does Tasty have any kind of defenses whatsoever? It looks like he does himself. Slime Shield, Shackles of Malediction while Cloak and Shadows up for Kajix. Tasty actually can't do much about it. Decided to take the damage full. Gonna be a knockback to Kajix. No Shadow Step available. Shadow Melding just to catch a reset, and Tasty might be able to catch up on a little bit of health. That was actually kind of crazy. Where did he heal? Because they looked like the absorb from the malediction just didn't really follow through. Light Lasso, but Tasty tricking out of Kajix, but Tasty got wall back up, stun into a hex onto Kajix, looking to get some damage back to him. There's going to be quite a bit of zaps, maybe lava burst and proc as well. Smoke bomb to cover his escape as Kajix looking to get himself a bit of a reset. Getting a shot on Tasty, no knockback for the time being. Does hold on to a blind, so Tasty does not have a way to deal with a blind if Kajix chooses to play. So it looks like he's just trying to maintain the dots between the calm points onto Tasty. Might be thinking about that blind. There goes the blind. No chicken for Tasty. And Kajix looks like he should be able to get himself a full flesh cup. Does recover basically his full health bar while the absorb holds, and there's no way to get rid of the absorb. He basically got himself a full reheal. in a 2-minute, more or less. Except this absorb is going to help him out a ton when it comes to re-stealthing. Tasty trying to not let the rogue catch that reset. Vendetta is available, does have a trick for the Vendetta, get interrupted on nature, Flesh Captain himself back up to almost full, but Kajik's got plenty of damage to burn through a Flesh Cup. Lasso stopping quite a bit of that damage with Vendetta. Kajik's no longer with an evasion, not really sure what he evaded. Big shackles on Kajik, does have a Shadow Melt for it. And is going to be able to get away from Tasty for just a second. Looks like the Flame Shack and the Fire Elemental Dot still rolling on the rogue. Does not have the absorb to get himself a clean reset. Quick knockback by Tasty. Got himself Stormkeeper. Gagix, I think, has a kidney shot available. Does go for the kidney, but the zaps go through. Once he started the first zap, he's just going to give him a free zap to follow after automatically. That was just a baseline. Just had a guaranteed kill. As long as one zap goes flying, even if you get kidneyed, the lightning still escapes your hands and finds the target either way. In a sense, it's almost like you strike the rogue, strike him on the blades, and it just becomes conductive. So the second chain of that lightning bolt follows. Big convoke by Zava, looking to bite down on Tasty. That's going to be Tasty trying to get himself a wall. Is there a skull bash on Zava? Does go for a skull bash, stunned by Tasty into a roar by Zava, trying to see if he can prevent Tasty from healing. Should have went for a cyclone or something. Might have been interrupted though. But that might have not been a bad idea. Tasty recovered fully in health in that short amount of time. Zavo popping in wall, trying to maintain the pressure, but Tasty's at full health right now. It's going to be an Earth Elemental joining the fight. Big bolster of health for Tasty with a potential wall and a stun later. Big main by Zavo into a stun by the Earth Elemental. Tasty looking to get himself a healing totem, maintaining his defenses. There's going to be a Stormkeeper up and running with maybe a big Lava Burst. Does he have the big setup with a Lava Burst? Looking for the zaps, maybe a Flame Shock to follow, maybe a Lava Burst after. And Zava looking to get out of there with that Soul Shape. Tasty got the mobility of a Ghost Roll, but can't quite catch up to the Druid. Not yet. Zava unable to really get out of unable to really get a restyle properly. Got it for a second there, but I think a Flame Shock got him back out. Light Lasso by Tasty still has that Earth Elemental for a big defensive. Zava could go for a Roar, goes for a Skull Bash on the fire. Roar real quickly onto Tasty, but looks like the dots are already pre-rolling. Short stun onto Zava. Does himself in regeneration rolling. Gonna be Tasty with a Lava Burst. Not a big proc of a Lava Burst together with the rest of his burst. Rest of a potential setup. Zava though, Earth Shock to critical low health. Quick movement to Tasty, Trinket in an interrupt onto the Convoke. Zava was really banking on that Convoke, doing a ton of damage. Lasso by Tasty doesn't really last long onto Zava whatsoever. Trying to go for regrowth, could get interrupted, leaping in towards Tasty. I thought he was trying to maybe go for a juke. Roar onto Tasty, trying to catch up on a little bit of regrowth. Stun totem around the corner, almost catching the Feral. I felt like I actually should have caught him. Looked like he was right on top of it. Even through Bear from getting zapped for quite a bit. Frenzied Regen is the only thing that's keeping him alive right now. 70% dampening. And Zava is just not looking good at all at the moment. As Tasty getting more setups, like the Lasso has a trigger for it. It looks like Zava might have blown the trigger maybe a little too early. Next Lasso is a guarantee for Tasty. So Zava honestly has 30 seconds. Is it 30 seconds? It is 30 seconds before I go for a big go. Gonna be a Shadow Melt, got himself a restyle with a quick sprint or a quick dash out of there. As the Druid tries hard to just maintain himself. Regrowths are back-to-back coming out, but I think Tasty just has him with that Shackles, taking that cat for a walk, and it's over. That Shackles just did not give him an opportunity to do much. And I'm not really sure what that animation is supposed to be. Is it just like him? I'm not really sure what the animation was, but Tasty doing more healing than damage with a 4-0. Did not quite get himself a 1v5. I was really hoping the 5th person on Team 1 would be available. But Tasty already having a really good foot forward.